Good evening, guys. How are you guys doing? Let's give it some time. We have a couple of people joining the session, so I'll give a couple of minutes before I can get started off. Good evening to all who's joining the call. I can see a couple of people
Guys. How are you guys
coming in.
Let's give it some time. We have a couple of people joining the session.
I'll just start another couple of minutes, another 4 to 5 minutes. We'll get started off once I have a good number of participants in the live video, YouTube, and then we get started off. I see around 20 people on the call now, so let's wait for some more numbers to come in and then we can start the session. We'll give it another 2 minutes, guys. Just hold on. Thanks for joining the call today. And we have 24 people in the call. So who was on the call? Just put up in the chat whether you guys are which department and which year you guys are currently pursuing in the college. If it's going to be a electrical department, just mention triple E fourth year or third year, so that I know it helps me to understand who are the range of years of batchmates would be in the call. So good evening, guys. Good evening to everyone here to be on the call. I have around 37 people who have joined the call. I hope I'm very audible. If I'm not audible, I would request someone to ping me in the chat over there. If my volume is low, I will try to increase my voice. Actually, I'm trying to talk on top of my voice today. Okay, so my name is Anand, and I'm put up in Bangalore now. I'm born and brought up in Chennai. Studied in Don Bosco Egmore, did my college in Chennai, Punamali SC Engineering College. I passed out in 2005. 2006, I came for a job in Bangalore, searching for a job, and I did my mainframe course here. And I got into the mainframes technology. That was a rare niche skill that time. And I started my career in 2006 with the first company called ACS. I was there for 2.5 years, and then I moved on to my second company called Span Infotech, and I was working there for another 2.5 years. Before that, after that, I moved into IBM. I became a team lead in IBM for the mainframe operations, and I graduated to become a manager there. So I was a delivery operations manager for IBM, and also the recruitment panel for the mainframe system operations. Post which I was there for like 5 years, 4 months with IBM, and then I moved over to another company called Unisys as a manager for command center operations. That's how my career started off from 2006 till 2019. I was working. 10 months back, I quit my job and I'm full time into the business. I started as a business entrepreneurship, took up a distribution 3 years back, and it started working out well. That's when I became a full time business person and entrepreneur by myself. So that is my journey with the IT sector and the business what I'm into. And today I'm being a successful person in my life. There's a lot of things I've come across in my life which I would like to share it to you guys. Certain things, let's make it interactive. If you guys can ping, if you have any questions, ping me in the group chat, and I will see if I can respond it. When I see your questions, I will respond back to you guys. Okay, and a couple of things I would like to say is make a note of certain things. I hope you guys have a pen and paper handy with you guys, so it will be very helpful for you guys to make a note of it, so that if you have any questions, you can ping me later, or we can talk later also. But those information will be very handy, so have a pen and a paper handy in front of you, please. Okay, so a couple of things what we're going to discuss today, which I'm my seminar today with you guys, is I'm going to talk about certain concepts in life, what has happened during this COVID-19, what has happened for us, right? There's a storm which has hit our economy all over the world. So what has happened, and what are the affected industries, no, because of this COVID-19? What are the industries, top industries in the world which has been affected, and what are the changes has happened to the world, and what are the new industries that is going to emerge as the best industry in the world, which as in student, you guys should know, because you guys should be knowing where you want to move in life and what you guys have to study in order to become successful person. Is some information which I've learned, which I would like to share with you guys, so that no, it will be very helpful for you guys to decide where your career can be and how it can be built up to. Okay. So the most important concept what has happened during this COVID-19, if you see, the world has totally been changed. Many of you guys would are believing that the world is changed. The world is not the same before what we saw before COVID-19, and there's a total new world which is going to come after COVID-19. Right? You see a lot of things in the news, a lot of things across the world, across the news which been talking and things. The world is not going to be easy anymore. It's going to be very very tough, because now what you're going to talk about is nothing but adaptation is the key. You need to adapt yourself to the new technologies. You cannot be any more slow. You cannot be thinking that I have one more year to graduate from college. What do I going to do? You need to adapt. You need to be prepared what is going to happen in the industry. If you want to survive in IT or in any technology space that you want to be, you need to be equipped, and you need to adapt yourself to learn a new technology. That's very very important. Don't be restrained yourself that I will do only this. It's not going to happen anymore, because the world is going to be survival of the quickest. You must be hearing the word survival of the fittest, right? Earlier I used to always say it's only the survival of the fittest. The best can succeed. That's how it is. But now the world is the survival of the quickest. How quick you can adapt yourself to the new world will help you to become a successful person in life. That's how it's going to be. So try to be quicker. The faster you adapt yourself, the better it is for you guys. Okay. And the most important thing is the world is moving into forced entrepreneurship. Many people do not know what is an entrepreneurship. You guys must know and start learning what is an entrepreneurship. A lot of books how to become an entrepreneur over a period of time. I'm not saying that no, after you graduate become an entrepreneur. Okay, you guys should have a good work experience at least to 4 5 years parallelly start looking at to become an entrepreneur, because the world is forced entrepreneurship. You will have the life to control. Okay, you as an entrepreneur, the best thing what you have is you can control your life. Otherwise what will happen in the job life is someone else or CEO will control you, or your managers will control you guys. So that is what you need to look at. That is the industries which you want to move. That is what we're going to discuss today. So today what I'm going to discuss is what are the top affected industries in the world because of this COVID-19. Okay, the first most important industry which has been affected is the job market. If you see, a lot of people have lost jobs. There are more than 8 million people lost jobs in the US, and they already filed a case, right? The jobless, they have updated in the data bank. So a lot of people have lost a job across India also. Okay, and a lot of people are going to lose jobs. A lot of people are going to get pink slips. For those who do not know what is a pink slip, that means that's a termination letter or resignation letter from your company, where they can throw you out of the company. This is what is called pink slips. Why the company is doing it, you should also understand, right? Because the company is not making any revenue. There are very few IT companies in the world which are cash rich. You talk about IBM, TCS, HCL. These are all cash rich company. That means they have enough funds to manage the employees, to pay them the salary. But there are millions of IT companies in the world which cannot pay salary because they don't make profit. They're not making revenue because of this COVID-19. Most of the projects are being cancelled because of this. A lot of people are losing jobs. That's across the world which is happening, and it's going to happen next 4 to 6 months. You will see a tremendous people losing the jobs. More than 20% of the world's economy will be losing jobs, especially in India. Okay, the GDP rate in India is about close to 30. That is what earlier it was precise like 8%. Now the unemployment rate is going to close to 30%. That is a huge amount. Be it any industry, it can be IT industry, it can be a retail industry, people working for daily wages. A lot of people are losing their jobs across. So the first industry which has been terribly impacted is the job industry, right? The next important industry which has been impacted is the retail industry. So many of your family members will be part of retail industries, right? They should be having some jewelry shops, food markets, or they can be a good clothing shops, and a lot of that's called retail industry businesses which they are into. Many of your family members will be in a retail business or family business, we call it as, right? There's a lot of impact in that. Many people are not able to open the shops because of this COVID-19 last 2 months, because of which they could not able to pay the salaries for the employees. A lot of the goods were not reached on time, right? Because of this, they have been very badly impacted. The next industry which is impacted was the travel industry. Many people, travel and tourism has been majorly impacted. For example, if you talk about tourism, I don't think anybody is going to go out of India for next 2 years. Nothing is going to happen. Nobody's going to go to Thailand to enjoy, or Bali, or Malaysia, or Hong Kong, or US. There's going to be strict vigilance everywhere in the world. You cannot enter. That's basically going to happen. So the tourism industry is badly hit. The most worstly hit industry is the tourism industry, because there's not going to be any revenue for them because of non-travel. For the next 2 years, I don't see anything until or unless we get a vaccination across the world which can reduce the COVID-19. Okay. The next industry which is badly hit is the hospitalization industry. So I want you guys to relate to what are the industries which I'm talking, what you guys wanted. Many people will be aspiring. Why am I talking this about these industries? So many people will be thinking that what are the industries I can belong to, I can go into. So these are the industries we should not go into, to be very frank to you guys, because this is going to badly hit. The next industry which I'm going to talk about is nothing but hospitalization industry. That means hotels, restaurants, all these industries have been badly hit. There's no people getting into the hotels, right? That's what we see it. A lot of the five-star hotels have been almost like nobody is there. Hardly any people are there living there. And they are five-star hotels. The expense is very high for them to maintain the standards. So it's going to be a big loss for the hospitalization industry. We talk about cinema industries. You see that there's no movies being taken next couple of months because of the COVID-19. A lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of actors are not being paid money. That's what is going to happen for the cinema industry. Automobile industries has been shut, right? That is another major hit in the industry. You see, I think last month, the month of April, I think Maruti or Tata, I'm not sure which one is that, they have made zero sales. Imagine, the company which is going to used to do the maximum sales in India has made zero sales in the month of April. That means nobody has bought a car. So automotive industry is badly maintained, hit, and it's going to take a couple of years for them to recover the losses. Think about the cars which has been already manufactured from the month of 2020, right? So that is going on. Nobody's going to buy a car this year. Very easily, they're not going to buy the car. So what happens with the automotive industry is next year, what is going to happen? 2021 is coming. The new manufacturing has to start, right? So what about the thousands of cars already been manufactured, right? It's all gone waste. It's going to go for a loss for them. That's how it's going to be. Logistic industry is taking a big hit. And we talk about transportation, local transportation industry has been badly hit. You talk about Ola, you talk about Uber, right? Imagine the losses those drivers are taking, guys. It's a tremendously painful one. Imagine a guy who's driving a carpooling. Normally for a carpooling, it's 4 people goes for carpooling, right? If I'm not wrong. For normally carpooling means it's 4 people you can go. A guy who's making 1,000 rupees in one rotation, or maybe in one carpool which he's going to do, now only one person can sit in the car. Imagine the loss. That means basically he's going to make 200 or 250 rupees. 750 rupees loss straight away on one transactions or one ride he's going to do it. It's a big loss for him. And imagine the petrol rate is still increasing, the diesel rate is increasing, it's not reducing. So is it feasible for the driver to drive it? It's going to be very big challenging. It's not going to be practically impossible for them. So a lot of people have lost their jobs, which you have seen across. A lot of IT companies are going to cancel the transportation. Because of this, the transportation will be badly hit. A lot of drivers who drive for the IT corporate companies will not have jobs because they will not be driving, because the companies will not request transportation anymore. They might say, come on your own transportation for all the employees. That's going to be a big challenge for all of us. And the next industry is badly hit is restaurant, right? You see, last 2 months, nobody goes to restaurants. That's only takeaway. They cannot go sit. Imagine the infrastructure they have paid. A lot of people who have invested money for the restaurants, who want to start up a restaurant, because many of IT guys, many of engineers aspire to have a hotel for themselves. When I started my career, when I wanted to do something in life, the first thing which came in my mind was restaurant. I want to open a restaurant. That's normally any IT employees, the first mind thought process is, let's start a restaurant. It's not an easy task now. So if you have plans of opening a restaurant, until or unless you have a sufficient income where you can run the show for next 3 to 5 years, whether the business runs or not, do not even think about running a restaurant. It's a actual loss for you guys if you are in the restaurant industry. Okay, luxury products. We talk about the next industry is called luxury. A lot of people have luxury cars, luxury clothes, luxury watches, whatever they wear, a lot of luxury stuff. So that is going to be badly hit because many people wouldn't prefer luxury now. They prefer health more than luxury, right? So the investment of health is much more than anything now. And next industry we talk about the sports industry, right? That is a very massive big hit for every sports or every sports person in the world now. IPL is stopped. Imagine the franchise who has invested money, crores and crores and millions of money for every players. Nobody gets to play now. Imagine the losses for the people. There are a lot of people only when they play they get paid off, and now this year nobody's going to get paid off. You see the Olympics been stopped, so a lot of athletes people, they're losing. They won't have income to run the show. So sports is one of the major industry which has been badly hit by this COVID-19. You talk about real estate, the next industry is real estate is something which is very dynamic. Okay, you should be very careful in what you plan on a real estate. If you guys are planning for real estate, if you have a sufficient fund, invest it now. This is the best time to invest on real estates because a lot of business people who have sufficient funds will have a, because the cost is less. So if you're clever enough you'll do it, but basically on a nutshell real estate is taking a bad hit this year. It's going to take, because a lot of people wouldn't prefer to buy a house now because most of them are worried about the jobs, insecurity of the jobs, right? Another thing is constructions also is taking a big hit. So you guys have to be very watchful if you want to get into construction background, because construction is not that easy as we think, because of loss of jobs, loss of labors, loss of lot of migrant labors are back from Tamil Nadu to other locations. They have been migrated back to them for next 3 to 4 months. They're going to come. So we are running a short of workers who are going to do the job, because most of the migrant workers were in the restaurants. They used to work in all over across Bangalore, all over Tamil Nadu, other places. All migrant workers come from North India. The most of them are gone back. So imagine the losses which the owners are going to incur in terms of the incomes which they are expecting, right? The next industry which is badly hit, guys, it is the event managing. So I know many people in the future would like to become an event managing, like conducting events, conducting shows. That is majorly impacted this year. The next 2 years there's going to be a big impact in event managing for everybody, because of social distancing, because event is all about having people in place in a lot of gathering, mass gathering events, right? So that is not going to happen because next 1 year, because of social gathering, you'll be restricted across. So event managing is one of the industries which is going to be badly hit. So these are the industries which I will reiterate, the industries which is badly hit. One is the job market, retail industry, travel industry, tourism industry, hospitalization industry, cinema industry, logistic industry, transportation industry, restaurant industry, luxury industry, sports, real estate, construction, and event managing. So these are the industries which is badly hit because of this COVID-19, right? A lot of people who inspired to become to get into all these industries have been, that's going to be a major challenge for next 2 years for them. And I wouldn't say everybody is taking a toll, but there are a lot of people who become successful during this time, crisis time. Only thing, you have to stay very strong in these industries. So what are the things that have changed? I would like to discuss with you guys. So what is the changes that we have seen pre and post COVID-19, the era? There's totally different, world is different. So one thing what you will see post COVID-19, after the lockdown, you'll see there's a lot of social distancing which is going to happen. A lot of social interaction with people will be restricted, because you guys yourself will not talk to many of your friends. You cannot talk the same way, sitting to each other, chatting, right? You need to restrict yourself because you need to take care of your personal health. You need to take care of your person hygienic. A lot of people will be very health conscious, right? Health consciousness is a major priority for most of the people now. So you guys will start washing your hands, cleaning yourself, taking bath every day, and be more healthy. Stay away from people, not to shake hands in public with a lot of people because of social interaction, because COVID is going to be there for next 2 to 3 years until we find a vaccination. So you need to be away from all these stuffs. So that is going to be a major change which you're going to see it. Internet usage is going to increase. All the bad broadband providers are making a lot of money because a lot of people are doing recharges of the internet, of the datas randomly, because the usage is more. That is where the game of the business happens for the service providers. Okay, work life change, like work style change. We talk about it. A lot of people have been started to work from home options. So that has been given by all the companies, right? Work from home. So that is a different change which the world is going to adapt. I guess Infosys, Wipro, another by 2025, Infosys is going to be the first company who's going to have 80% of the people's working population will be working from home. Only 20% of them is going to go to office. This is implemented across all the organizations. IBM is also implementing it. They're working on it. So a lot of the top companies in the world are implying work from home options for people. So that is going to, because last 2 months what the IT companies have seen, by working from home the business is not impacted for them, to be very frank to you guys, because I was also from the IT industry for 13 years, so I know how it works. The normally as in most of the IT companies don't encourage people working from home because of a lot of restrictions which we will have it from home. But now the era is going to be work from home options, and the companies have seen people are showing good productivity working from home. One thing is you will avoid yourself traveling to offices. Many people give reasons in office because of traveling issues, right? Because there'll be 1 hour delay, cab late issues. Now nothing can be given. The productivity is going to be for 10 hours. If they have to work, they will be productive for 10 hours. But if people have to go to office, it can be because of transportation issues. They will reach 1 hour late, or they will start off 1 hour early. So probably we can expect 1 hour in transportation delays. So out of 10 hours, 1 hour goes waste. People take a lot of breaks, chit chat. So that 2 hours goes off. The productivity is only by 5 hours or 6 hours out of 10 hours for any employee. But now, because of this work from home options, 10 hours is a productive for people. People are actually overstressing themselves now. So that has changed a lot. Another thing which has changed is the pollution on the roads. You see now the roads is being more clear, right? It's become more beautiful now. There's no pollution. There's less cars running in the roads. The roads are much greener now, especially in Bangalore. If you go to many places, the roads are much greener because of the trees, and there's less pollution. It's beautiful actually. The thing which has changed the business model. Many people are trying to implement a new business model which can adapt the new era, the new challenges in the world. So if you people are working on an old business model, it's time that you change your business model. If you want to be an entrepreneur, try to implement which is the best business model in the world which can be implemented, which can suit your business. That's very important. You should know it. Education has changed, right? Many people are saying now what we're doing is all education, right? I'm only teaching you, I'm only helping you to understand what it is. It's basically an education of awareness which I'm giving you, but we're doing it online because nowadays education is going to be online and over the video. Schools have made it online now. My daughter is in the third standard, so she's going to have a Zoom video from next month onwards for the next 2 months until the school reopens. So the world is still working out, but they're going into online education. So that is for everybody, right? That's one thing. Food industry has changed. A lot of people avoid eating junk foods. If you see it, right? That's one of the best things. It's good that we don't eat junk foods. We can stay more healthy because we eat more of home foods now, right? Less of oil, less of junks, everything. So you be more healthy in terms of food habits. Another thing which has changed is entertainment. Major thing which has changed for all of us. Most of you guys are all engineers, right? And you guys are in third year and fourth year. I know you guys spend more time in the weekends in the theaters and the malls, right? That's how it happens. I've seen. I myself was once upon a time was in the same shoe of you guys. So I've seen a lot of people roaming around here and there with friends and doing a lot of things around there all the weekends after offices, cutting the colleges and studying and roaming around and stuffs. So those things will get stopped because you will not be allowed into the malls much with a group of gathering of people. So that has been reduced. No cinemas for next couple of months. That has been reduced. So entertainment has totally changed. You know, the future entertainment is only at home, sitting and watching Netflix or Amazon, right? That's how it's working. The entertainment. Environment as overall has changed a lot for all of us. Environment, when you see your surroundings, the people's, the life, the thought process, the thinking process of everybody's changed. One thing is people are more worried about the life now. It makes them worry about the health. It gives them an insecurity in the life in terms of the jobs. So that is one of the major thing which the world has changed. But the world is actually changing into new era. You guys have to understand that. Okay, the new world post COVID-19, there is going to be something called a new world which is emerging in the world. Okay, the winning industries that you talk about it, there are a lot of industries which is going to be very successful post COVID-19. You guys need to know what is a post COVID-19, because those industries are the best industries. Why I would recommend you guys be prepared and start working from day one if you want to be in those industries. The first thing which is going to be there is about digitalized world. The world is moving into digitalization, right? Everything is becoming online. So that is one of the major industry which you guys go. If you guys are aspiring that you want to become a digital programmer or digital engineer, move forward, focus on that. Digital marketing is very good now. This is the booming industry where we can penetrate a lot of world's population, and that is where the future is going to be, because the world is going digitalized. So try to move into that field if you want to move into that field. Gig economy, we call it as. What is a gig economy? That means something that without a payroll, getting the job done is called gig economy. That means you don't have to employ a person to do your job nowadays. I don't have to employ a person in my office to do my work. I will use a third man, a middle man. I use a digitalized platform to get my job done, right? So try to see which is the best economy, best thing which you can do for yourself in order for you to become successful in the future. Stock market investing is one of the major industry. If you guys are good in stock, I'm telling you guys, you'll have a lot of ups and downs in stock markets, mutual funds, tradings and stuff like that, right? That's one of the biggest market we can play around the world. You might lose some money in that, because initial days you have to learn a lot in stock market trading. Okay, if you guys are good at it, I'm telling you, you guys will make a lot of money in that. So if someone is interested towards trading stock markets and stuff, I would request start learning from some senior people who have expertise in trading, and spend some time with them, understand how the trading works, and see how you can be successful in that. Learn about the world's trading markets. That's very important for you to invest and play around the trading markets. A lot of people do a lot of gaming in that. So ensure that you guys learn and then perform it, right? That's one of the major industries I would recommend personally to become a to do the stock market trading. Okay, online coaching and teaching is becoming big industry. Some people, a lot of people who want to become a trainer and can very well become. It's all over online nowadays, right? A lot of people are looking for a lot of learnings from people, teachings. I think the colleges will still implement online, whether you like it or not, right? So it's going to be online training which is going to be given to people. So that is how it's going to be. Online training is going to be a big industry which in the world you can see yourself. And another one is called I would say, I think it's alternate medicines, which is going to be a big industry in the future, which I'm talking about it, like pharmacy, B farm. You can do it. You can specialize yourself in that also. That is basically for not for engineers, but not for a lot for guys who want to do B farm and move into the medical industry, right? Because the world is moving into health, right? Health industry is going to be the best industry now. If you want to be in the best industry, you have to move into the health industries, and your products has to be your healthcare products, which is going to be very big, because post COVID-19 the world is looking for good health, nothing else. They want a good health from everybody. So you need to know which is the best product which is going to be selling for you in your business that you're going to sell it. Any product that you sell needs to add a value to it. So that is one of the major industries in the world, which is called a healthcare industry. Gaming industry, it's one of the biggest industry in the world in the future. A lot of people getting into gamings. I know that a lot of you guys in the engineering, I think you guys must be famous in playing PUBG, right? That's how it is, right? Even now, you guys, many of you guys are sitting at home, will be playing, doing a lot of gamings. So get into gamings if you're good in things. Try to be more innovative in creating apps if you're good at, because those are the scope. Gaming industry in the future is going to have a massive scope for all you guys. I would personally recommend, if you want to get into it, any industry, gaming industry is one of the best industries. Try to focus what are the tools and technologies that you can learn to become the best gaming app designer, or a lot of things which you can implement it. Affiliated marketing, very dicey industry we call it as. It's basically nothing like a Flipkart or Amazon or something, right? That's called affiliated marketing. That means selling others products using your platform. You can implement your own platform. That is going to be a major boom, because the world is moving online. So nobody's going to go for shopping, because all the shoppings are being closed now. The retail shops are mostly closed, so people are trying to do it online now. all your shoppings. So if you have a good platform which you can promote your products or others products in a way which can reach out to people by doing a proper digital marketing, understanding the people's environment, and then how you pitch in your product is very important, right? So that is a very good scope, affiliated marketing. If you guys are looking at a good industry, affiliated marketing one of the best industries I would recommend. Another thing is called network marketing. We call it as one of the best industries, or direct selling industries in the world. Direct selling is legal only for the healthcare industries in India, right? I'm a part of the direct selling industry. I'm working. Enagic is a part of the direct selling industry. It has a very good scope because the product is purely into health. So, and health is what which people needs, and water is something which people drinks every day. So the scope. So when you're getting into a direct selling industry, if you want to be a part of direct selling industry, know the product, know the company, know the credibility of the companies before you get into it, right? So it's not blindly. There are millions of opportunities outside in terms of direct selling, or people call it as network marketing. So you need to be very careful and choosy which is the best you want to get into it. Otherwise you land up in a wrong choice and you might lose money, you might lose a lot of things. So ensure that you get into the right platform, or you can always get in touch with me where I can guide you which is the best direct selling industry you can move into it and build a career for yourself as an entrepreneur. The next industry which I'm going to talk about is data science. If you want to survive in IT, it's only into data science, artificial intelligence, AI, we call it as machine learning, AI, and big data are the next future scope for an IT guy. If any of the computer science students, you guys want to move in your career, start learning big data or AI from the day one. Probably in the fourth year, you will have a sufficient time for you to learn, because I know fourth year is more of project work, couple of management papers that you guys will be studying. So you will have an ample time. So spend some time in learning the new technologies. Don't think C is going to add value. They're not going to add any value for you outside. If you guys want a future scope, these will not be in the picture. So know the scope of the world, because the world is going to be only data and analytics on big data and AI, mission, automation we call it as, right? So try to do some courses related to automation. That's very important. A lot of courses, a lot of trainings, external trainings has been given. So you'll have a clarity how it's going to work. Because when we talk about testing is going to get automated future. So I wouldn't recommend people to do testing, but yeah, I would recommend people to learn big data and automation. So that is the major industry in ITs. If all your computer science people who are there on the call who guys want to learn it, try to learn these technologies and try to see the world, because the world is only going to be automated. So only the best is going to survive, because there are already a lot of competitors outside. There are competitors across now. There are a lot of people having a very good knowledges. So when you have to pass out of your fourth year, you guys need to be skilled enough, right? And the major next good industry is spiritual science. This is something new for people, right? But I wouldn't say it's such a bad industry. It's one of the best industries. Spiritual science, where you get into the science in terms of learnings, in terms of preaching is a good industry. There's a lot of money involved in it. Become a Sadhguru or become a Sri Ravi Shankar. There's a lot of money in it. You can preach, and you can preach in spiritual ways. Okay, spirituality is also a good technology, good industry where you can belong to. A lot of people, my own circle of friends who did engineering along with me and spiritual industries, and they're doing extremely good for themselves. So there's nothing wrong about any of the industries which I spoke about. So the new world, I'll reiterate, the new winning industries, make a note of it: digitalized world, gig economy, stock market, trading business, online coaching, mental health, alternative medicines, healthcare, affiliated marketing, network marketing, it's nothing but direct selling, data science, and spiritual science. So these are the new technologies which is going to evolve post COVID-19. So it's very important for you guys to know which is the future scopes. So a lot of people, it doesn't matter which college you guys study. To be very frank, none of the institutes or companies are worried about that. As long as you can clear your graduation, okay, clear engineering with a proper graduation, minimum 70%, try to focus on that, and the rest is all history. The rest, it's all your talents, what you guys. So you try to mold yourself to be better. Have a good communication. I always recommend, because when I take interviews with people, the first thing which I look is, I look at the communication of your people, because communication is something which I cannot train anybody. It has to come within. Alright, there's something called mother tongue influence. Many of Andhra people, many of the Tamil Nadu people have it. until or unless he is not studied from a good schooling. College is different. If you're not from a good schooling, you will never wouldn't have spoken. When I used to be in college days, many people used to talk Tamil. All my classmates. If when I tried to talk to them in English, they used to talk to me in Tamil. Kalai panangena, basically patena. But those are the people who are suffering now because they are not able to communicate. You might be technically good in all the subjects. You're technically good in knowledge, but if you cannot communicate what you're good, if you cannot communicate a proper process to a person, there's no point of it, because nowadays there's going to be a lot of interaction online because the world is moving online, right? So we're not going to have a physical interaction. There's going to be online interaction with people, so your communication has to be very strong because you will be communicating in the future with a lot of your clients abroad, in the US or in the UK or in Australia. These are the three major regions where you're going to work and communicate. So learn on your communication, improvise on your communication. I would recommend people who are really serious in the fourth year, try to improvise on the communication. Okay, if you're not good in communication, please go for language classes and learn, because by the end of the fourth year you'll be equipped to learn. There's nothing wrong in learning new things which you do not know about, and these are the basic things which I normally recommend. It's just communication for the people. And learn new technologies. It's very important. Many of your engineering students, I know that many of you people will be very playful. It's good to be playful, nothing wrong about it. So it's only 10% of the entire population is going to be successful in life. Everybody will not be successful, but you have to ask a question: are you going to be one among the 10? That's going to be the answers for you guys, right? There's only 3% of the world's population are business owners, like Ambani, Tata Birlas, Narayana Murthy's. The remaining 97% are employees and self-employees. Okay, so you need to know yourself whether you want to be an employee or self-employed, or you want to become a businessman like them. For that, you need to work a lot of things. That's how the world is moving into. So ensure that you learn your knowledge, ensure that you have a good communication skills in whichever language you're learning. Especially if you can learn a new technology, new communication skills is much added. If someone has already studied French in school days, please go for our classes and see if you can learn this language much better in a fluent ways. French, German and Japanese have a lot of money, guys. I'm telling you, many people neglect these languages, these three languages. But if you're good at these languages, you'll be paid more than an IT guy. Your starting salary will be 20 lakhs for a translator. That's how it works. A BPO person in German will be earning 20 lakhs. Imagine an IT guy at 20 years, he'll be earning only 20 lakhs. So that is how it works. So if you guys are interested in learning languages, learn that. Go to your Max Muller Baben for German, or Alliance France or something. We have it, right, for French. So go and learn those languages. Apart from when you're in the fourth year, we have ample time now. So make use of your time collectively to learn new things. See a lot of motivation videos, see a lot of technology videos if you have an opportunity to see it. Cut short in your movies, especially in third and fourth year. Cut short in your movies, cut short in roaming things, going around the world, meeting a lot of people, unwanted things. Try to reduce your timings, match it up with learning new things, because this 2 years of third year and the fourth year will decide your career in the future. So what you're going to be a third and fourth year for the rest of the life, you will be very happy in the world. Because I've seen many people playful and they lose off the world. That's what it is. Especially fourth year, you will have a very good time. I'm very sure that everybody, because I also did my engineering, I know how I did, right? Fourth year had a good time, had a lot of free time to do a lot of things. You can become like this. If you guys are interested in choreography, become a good dancer. There are a lot of options around the world. Dancing is a very good passion. Plus, that's a very good future industry is also into dancing. Choreography industry is very good money in it. But be the best in what you guys do good. So choose your industry wisely. Your professors are only helping you guys to show you the way. Okay, they're not motivating you, or they're not going to be an inspiration for you. You guys need to see a lot of inspiration videos. You guys have to have a mentor. Very, 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 very important. When you're in the fourth year, try to get a good mentor for you. Either he can be a senior in your college who's been successful, or a very good mentor of a professor who's a good mentor for you, who can guide you well. Or try to have an external person, any of your relatives, any of your friends who's been successful in life. Try to take a mentorship. Go approach him. Tell him I want to take a mentorship. Probably sit with him, learn what is he doing. Because that will help you to become a good successful person in the future, because they are the people who are facing the industries. They know what is going to happen in the world, right? So third year and fourth year, don't waste your time. Learn new technologies, meet new people who are aspiring to become a lot of successful people in the world. Only thing, you need to be approachable. So avoid your time watching movies, gamings, roaming around malls, cinemas. I'm not saying don't do it please, but also balance your leisure time and your professional time, because professional time what you're going to invest for the next 1 year or 2 years, it's going to be the rest of your life it will going to talk, because after 5 years of experience in a job you have to decide where you want to move in. So when you get into a job industry, you will not be able to judge what you're going to do. After 5 years of your job, it's when you will decide which industry or which platform or which domain I'm going to move to be successful. Till then, it's only a basic. Everything is going to be basis. As a fresher, you're going to start off. We do not know. Many people do not know which platform they're going to go. That's how it is. Learn it, adapt it. There's no platform in this world which is not good. That's how it is. When I started my career, I'll give an example of me. When I started my career, I started in the BPO because my communication was good. I didn't get a campus recruitment. But I adapted myself. I thought, okay, let me do a new training myself. So I learned which is the niche skill. The niche skill was mainframe, was very famous those days. And it's new technology, new skills. So I came to Bangalore all the way from Chennai to learn the skills. So I went for a training, I did well, then I got placed. That's how I started my career. Now I'm a successful person in the world. I'm a twin. I have a twin brother in the US. My brother, he also studied in Don Bosco. We are twins. So he studied in a different MGR college and I studied in SA Engineering College. When he completed his college, he became a he started getting into the BPO field. So, but it was not a bad field actually. To be very frank, it's one of the best fields if you know how to grow it. He had 12 years of experience in the BPO, and he couldn't move out because I used to make fun of him because I used to be in IT and he used to be the BPO. Like the total different things. Normally, an IT guy always makes fun of the BPO person, right? That's how the world is. Hey, you're still working in the BPO, not in IT, all things. But my brother, what he did was he was very focused in what he did. So he gradually grew up in the BPO. He became an assistant manager. He became a manager when he was with the Infosys. When he was like 6 years back, he got an on-site opportunity to go, and now he's a citizen of US. Imagine in 5 years time he became a citizen in US. He stays in Orange County, California, and now he's a very top level consultant for KPMG. They're number 2 in the world. So life is totally different because my brother wanted to learn a new technology. So he went there, he learned the new technology, what is going to happen in the US. He wanted to become a consultant. He spent a lot of efforts learning management, doing certification towards management. So I would say when you start a job, learn which is new technologies and start learning to do certification. When you have more certifications, you add more value to your resume, right? Try to do more certifications. Either it can be management certification or technical certification. So based on the domain which you're there, start doing certifications. If you want to move into management, there are a lot of management certifications. I wouldn't recommend any of you guys to do any management certification now because only after 7 years of work experience you can become a manager. You cannot become a manager the first year. Don't worry about it. Don't waste your time in doing it. But try to do some technical certifications. The more the certification you put on your resume, the more the value for your resume. That's how it is. People look only what certification you do. So that will be an added stuff for your interview. How to face the world in the interview. That's a very dicey questions, right? Interview facing is not that tough. It's pretty easy. Only thing you need to be confident in what you're going to talk. Your resume should be the best. Try to make which is the best resume. Sit with some professionals who can make the best resume for you. Even if it's the basic things. When someone reads a resume, it should be very attractive on your project front. And be very confident. Whatever's in your resume, you should be very confident in answering. Okay? Have a good attitude, good sense of humor. Because as an recruitment person, he sees how interactive you are, how jovial you are, how you're going to smile, how you're going to talk, how you're going to dress, right? So an interviewer sees a lot of different things, especially for a freshers, because they know that freshers will not be highly skilled guys in the platform. So they only want to see, are you adaptable? Can they train you? Are you ready to get trained? Can you learn? So those are the things which you need to highlight when you're attending an interview. So when I take an interview, I'm going to see a person, whether this person will learn this technology, whether he'll be a good fit for my team. Can he talk good English? Can he talk to counterparts? Can he be a good team player? Will he be an asset for me in the organization? So these are the major pointers which I would see. That is a separate session overall. We need to have a separate call on that. Okay. So, but for the interview sake, ensure your resume is perfect. Your resume talks a lot because your resume is what you are. So whatever it's in the resume, have it, and try to make your resume very professional. Very, very important. People likes a professional resume, not a blind resume like what you write it normal English. Spend some time with the quality people, because if you make a one time resume for the fresh as a fresher, it holds good, right? And try to be attitude, try to learn a good attitude knowledge, have a good attitude, because that's a base for clearing any interviews as a fresher, right? So you need to start I think by the fourth year itself you should start preparing for attitudes. I think your colleges will start helping you guys how to prepare aptitude questions, how to clear the aptitude, and the group discussions which happens and stuff. The college normally takes care of all those trainings, so spend more time on trainings, developing yourself, grooming yourselves, and see the new industries. The lot of new industries apart from what I spoke is going to come forward, but these are the major industry which as of now I see it. But there are new industries which are coming up, which will be very helpful for you guys. So I want you guys to focus on the new trends. Okay, keep watching the news, update your knowledge, update your technologies, know what is happening around the world. Okay, during the interviews times, these are the questions which you might getting to know during your interviews. A lot of recruitment people would focus more on COVID and see how successful you want to be. So have a base of all these knowledges in hand when you're attending an interview. So that will be very vital. I don't see any interviews are going to happen next 1 or 2 months, but it was going to start off in the future. So be prepared, people who are in the fourth years, or keep preparing yourself. I know that the world is going to be changing, the world is going to be drastic things. Okay, be prepared in what you want to study, and try to clear exams. That's major things. Okay, these are the new industries, but to get into the industries you need to clear examinations with the flying colors, right? Minimum try to have a distinction in place, put in some efforts, clear all your backlogs. People don't like to see backlogs in the resumes. You will not get any opportunities. That's very important. So clear all your backlogs. See that by the end of the fourth year try to finish it off, because otherwise it will be a big setback for you guys if you delay more than 4 years. So I would recommend as of now, focus on your studies and also the new learnings which you can take part of it. If there's any help that I can be for you guys, you can always mail me. I will respond to you. My email ID is Anand David, RANAND DAVID, R as in Robin, at gmail.com. I repeat it, it's Anand David R at gmail.com. Okay, my number is 8095332888. I'm always available in WhatsApp to help you guys. If you have any questions, you can ping me up. I can see if I can help you out in anything which I can do from my end. I'm not a part of the recruitment anymore because I don't work with IT anymore. Okay, I'm into the business, but I can see if I can if there any futures for if it comes up, probably I will get in touch with any of your professors who's invited me and see if I can do anything for you guys, right? Thanks a lot for your time, and I appreciate you guys being here. I see around 50 people here, and thank you guys for being here and spending some time with me. I hope I made some sense in terms of the technologies that you guys have to learn it. I hope you made some notes on it, so which will help you. Okay, so share these notes with your friends and your peoples, your colleagues, your students, who has not been a part of it. Help them to also be aware of it. Many of them are very jovial, so please help them to be aware of it so that they can also get benefited, because they are your friends, right? They should also be benefited. So share it to them, and be successful. All the best for you guys in the future, and I can hope I see you guys soon next time after the COVID-19. Probably come over to Chennai and see most of you guys there. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.